Well, good day, ladies. This is Coach Jessup. It's easiest to say Coach J, of course. Now you can put a face to the name. I still look forward to seeing you guys, seeing you all. I'll be there in a couple weeks. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. It was great to be able to speak with all of you. Just based upon most of the requests, I'm sending out via email workout program for the next 2 months for those of you who have requested. This is one that I've used in the past. This is one I've used for the last several years. However, I recognized when I read through it that some of these things may be a tad bit confusing if you've never heard them or seen them before. So I'm doing a video for those who desire to do the workout, who want to continue to do strength training the next 2 months. So I will certainly do my very best to be very brief to go through this workout. How I'm going to do it is I have each page, you'll see that it says week 1 and week 3, weight room, Monday and Thursday. Page 2 says week 1 and week 3, Tuesday, Friday. Then, of course, page 3 says week 2, week 4, Monday and Thursday. And then the final page, week 2, week 4, Tuesday and Friday. As you can tell, this is meant to go, these workouts are meant to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You have the same thing you do in the first week, something different in the second week, the same thing in week 3 as you did in week 1. Of course, same thing you did in week 4 as you did in week 2. You guys all seem extremely intelligent, so I have no doubt that that's going to be any kind of a problem for you. So I will go through each page as fast as I can, and if you have any more confusions or if I make it more confusing for you, so on and so forth, by all means call me, text me, and then we'll figure it out from there. So here we go. As you look down in the first page, you see KB toss and squat. This is kettlebell. This is a kettlebell one, and this is kind of funny because this is awfully informal in my home office to be able to show you guys these things instead of the weight room or gym, but we'll get through it. So, kettlebell, toss, and squat. This is quite simple. You have the kettlebell in front of you. This is the one in which you will squat at the same time, toss the kettlebell, catch with the opposite hand, and then be able to come back up. Squat at the same time as you throw the kettlebell up, catch with the opposite hand, come down. Medicine ball toss, MB hammer throw. This is the one where you have a medicine ball. You stand to the wall onto one side to where you are perpendicular with the wall. Medicine ball is as tight to your body as you can. You keep your hips and your toes pointing forward and stationary while you rotate the top part of your core. And then you try to throw and toss the medicine ball against the wall as fast as possible and as quick and hard as possible. So I have the medicine ball here, and I toss using simply my core to be able to throw it. So these obliques here are being used to pull the weight and throw the weight. Keep it very tight. Of course, go this side, then of course go that side. Hamstring raises. You have a partner. This is where you're on your knees, and then you fall forward. And then you, just like you would do the quote-unquote girl push-ups, you would fall forward, and then you would push up as fast as you can, and then use your hamstrings to pull your body this way. So it looks here, I'm on my knees, I fall forward, and then I'm on the ground flat, if you can imagine, and then I'll push up, off, and the remainder of the way, use your hamstrings to pull yourself back erect. Use a partner if you can. Leg lifts are pretty self-explanatory. Wide stance, close grip, RDLs. That's a lot of words. So you have the bar, weight on either side. Adjust the weight according to your own body and strength. You have your hands on the inside of the bench bar as close as possible. You have a wide stance with your legs. Of course, you can't see it, but you can tell it's just slightly outside of your shoulders. Bend your knees slightly, and then what you're going to do is you're going to lean forward as close as you can, keeping your back straight, your chest high, and allowing your hamstrings to stretch as you bend over with the weight. And then use the weight of your hamstrings. Use your hamstrings themselves. Don't pull the bar up, but rather keep your arms nice and locked, using your legs to pull yourself back up. These hurt, but they're very good for you. Page 2, set. It says 5, A and B, internal and external rotator cuff rotation. These are quite self-explanatory. if you're able, get a band, a workout band. On the first one, the internal rotation, you have the band to be this way, attached to some sort of machine, some stationary wall, whatever, and having the tension here along this side, and you rotate internally here 3 times 10. Of course, either arm, this way, the band is here, rotating in. External rotation. You have the same tension, correct? You have the same tension, but now this time the band is on the inside of you, inside of your hand, where it's attached to the wall here, and the tension is pulling out. This is external rotation. Standing rows, flex between shoulder blades. These are pretty self-explanatory. You can always use anything, just be creative. Internal rows just to help the muscles in the middle of your back, in between your shoulder blades. You're going to be standing close grip with some sort of machine. You pull in so that you flex the muscles in between your shoulder blades and extend out, pull in, and flex the muscles. The whole idea is to strengthen the muscles around your scapula. The scapula being strong and stable then helps your shoulders. Very important for injury prevention. Kettlebell Russian twists. This, of course, is when you're sitting on your bottom. Your legs are pulled up in the cross sense. You have a kettlebell in your hand, and you rotate here, tapping the kettlebell on either side of your hip while you're sitting suspended on your butt alone, while your feet are in the air, and, of course, you're sitting up. Bench bar curls. This is exactly what it sounds like. Bench bar curls. Bench, of course. Lat pulls, of course. Lat pulls are where you have the machine above you and you pull down, leaning back slightly. Here's the key. Don't put lat pulls behind your head, but rather keep the lat pulls in front of you. So I'm here underneath my chin. That helps from tearing up your rotator cuff. Superman holds. This is where you're on your hands and feet, of course, and you're flat, and you hold up the right hand, left leg high, and then down, and then hold up your left hand, or right leg. Many of these things you can actually find on YouTube, believe it or not. Very similar things. Wrist pulls. Wrist pulls are where you have weights. You can have any sort of weight. Say my flashlight here is a weight, and I simply put a surface here, allowing my wrist and hand to be able to go over the top of the surface, and you wrist pull up this way, and of course flip it, and wrist pull this way. Great for wrist strength, hand strength, so on and so forth. Page 3. Now, I know this is actually kind of funny. It feels funny to me, too, explaining weight room training while I'm standing looking down at my computer in my home office, but this is kind of what we do, and it's kind of funny, but we'll get through it for those of you who kind of want a quick explanation. And, of course, call me again. Page 3. This is week 2, week 4. This is Mondays and Thursdays. Week 2, week 4, Mondays and Thursdays. Of course, also... we'll figure this out. Weighted bench bar lunges. That's where you put the bench bar with weight on it and put it on your back and do a regular lunge, keeping your knee back above your ankle, not allowing your knee to go over your toe. That's very important. Medicine ball slams. You have the medicine ball put up above your head. I'm stationary here, and I twist and I slam the ball down using my obliques and slam it. That's how I do on either side. Plate raises. Plate raises back on the wall or both at once. So this is what you're doing with the plate raises. You put your back against a flat wall. You have plates, and you simply raise in front of you, and then you raise at an angle. This way, my back's against the wall. I raise in front of me, and then I raise at an angle. It should be pretty self-explanatory. Standing hip rotations, bench bar rollouts, sitting rows. Power cleans are pretty self-explanatory. Always have a spotter with this one. The only one I think would need explanation a little bit is bench bar rollouts. So you have a bench bar and you have weights on either side, and then you put your, again, you're in that position where you're on your knees as if you're going down for a girl push-up. So you're on your knees and you have the bench bar, and then you keep your back nice and straight, and then you roll the bar out, keeping your body flat. Last page, and I've told you I'm going as quickly as I can. Again, we're back to the internal rotation. Overhead baseball throw is exactly as it sounds. You have the band's behind you. The tension should be behind my hand, and then I have that weight, or that exercise band rather, and I go across my body as if I just threw a baseball pitch. So I'm here, baseball pitch, same thing. Single arm rows, that makes sense. Medicine ball, Russian twists are all fine. Incline dumbbell press, so DB again means dumbbells, and MB, as in the one-legged medicine ball toss, is a medicine ball. It's exactly how it sounds. One leg, medicine ball, keep your knee bent, keep your hips low, toss the medicine ball, helps with your balancer muscles and ankles. Then I believe everything else makes relative sense. Thank you for those of you who have been patient enough to sit through me speaking quickly through all of our workouts for the last 11 minutes. I hope this helps for those of you who have asked, and I look forward to talking to you. By all means, give me a ring, and then I can explain things further. Or if you don't have some of the things in which you can that are asked of you on here, medicine balls, so on and so forth, you can call me, or you yourselves can be creative, knowing your current situation and props, if you will. All right, look forward to talking to you guys, and I'll look forward to seeing how everything goes.